Hello, in this video I would like to tell you about my best Bible reading strategy, my kind of top strategy that I've kind of thought long and hard about and tried to figure out what I think it would be, and it's this. Read it lots. You might think, Tim, that's not what I was looking for. You've built that up too much, but read it lots. That is my top Bible reading strategy. I would say pick a book of the Bible, read through it fairly quickly. Try not to stop to smell all the roses along the way. Don't get too caught up on your questions, though. Maybe write them down as you go, because that can be very helpful. Don't get too caught up on if you don't quite understand something. When you've read the whole thing, hopefully you start to get shape of the whole thing. Read it again, and then read it again, and then read it again. And after a few times through, you start to get a feel for the book, for its shape, for its structure, for the drama of it, for what the author is trying to tell us about Jesus in the whole, not necessarily in all the details. And once you've done that, you are now ready to go slower and begin to look at some of the questions you had, because you've got a picture of the whole. Now, of course, we can go and find out what other people have said, and of course we can read books about this, and both are really good ideas. Of course, someone could tell you what it's about, but you can also find out for yourself by reading it and reading it and reading it and reading it. And I would say do that for as much of the Bible as you have capacity for. Now, if your capacity for this is quite low at the moment, which it often is when you're starting out, or just you're in a season of life where it's a little bit more difficult than it might be, well, I'd always challenge you to think, is that definitely true? But it might be. Then I suppose all I'm saying is read it quickly. Read through chunks. Try and read through a whole book in as short a period of time as you can, maybe over a few days. Plenty of the books, particularly in the New Testament, are actually very short. And we might think, oh gosh, we just spent a year preaching through Romans. Yeah, we did. But you can also read Romans in a couple of hours, if not shorter than that. It doesn't take a long time. It's a very short amount of time. And so why not try doing that? Maybe go straight through once, or read it over a week, in your times that you've set aside to read the Bible. I would say, and I think this is a principle that might be a bit controversial to some, but I would quite happily stand by, grasping the whole Bible in outline is better than grasping one part in detail, which means that going quickly to get the sense of it is wise. Assuming that we're going to come back and find ourselves formed by the detail. Now, there is one good reason, and I think only one, to not manage to read through something quickly. And that's because you read and you're convicted by the Spirit, and you find you have to repent of some stuff, and you find your view of life and Jesus and things that you're doing and culture and all the rest of it changed as you read. That's wonderful. It's a great reason to not be able to read quickly. That's good slow reading. But if when you're reading slowly that's not what's happening, because you're not actually engaging with the text, well, read quickly. Let's get a sense of the whole. Let's start to see what Jesus is doing. Allow the Bible to convince you that it's beautiful and wonderful and true, and then go a bit slower. That's my top tip. That's my Bible reading strategy. It's what I tend to do myself. It's what I'd really commend to you. Give it a go. Let me know how it goes. It won't work for everyone, I imagine, because nothing ever does. But try it. See. Tell me what you think.